In this video, I'm playing a 5-point match against XG and analyzing it. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high-quality content that you enjoy. And with the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. Again, I'm playing a 5-point match against XG on a beautiful Hector Sachs board. The XG board is made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And I'm playing the red checkers at the bottom, XG the white checkers at the top. And here we go with the 5-1 standard split with a 4-1. You just play like that. The lack of a useful alternative. Once you've slotted the ace point, you really want to make it. Okay, double six is good because I had a really overextended position. When you have checkers on both ace points, it's really bad. Okay, now, if I didn't have this point, if I had the 5-point, I'd double. I don't think this is a double quite yet. Double six. Okay, so I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. What else is there? I can't move this. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1. I guess I'll just make the point. 3-1's not going to make that point. Okay, 4-3. I'm able to point on head. Now with the 4-2, I think I'm up enough in the race that, and I have a little bit of threats. I can double. So double 4, able to just run. 5-2. So just try to break contact. And I can play safe like this. I'm up by 56 in the race. Double 2. Okay, so there and there. What else is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. This will win some gammons. Okay. 5-1. Keep 4 on the highest point. All right. So now it's a simple bear off. That helped. Okay. Might be able to get the gammon with the double. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now it's the Crawford game. 4-0, 1 away, 4-away Crawford. So once you've made the bar point on the first roll, usually your sixes are going to be played down. That's what Mark Olson has said many times. 3-2, all right. 5, and then 1 there. All right. So now there's no cube in play. Okay, so 1, 2, and now I'm going to make the point. All right. 6, 4. So 4, and now I'm going to slot this point. That's the point I want to make next. So now, I just have to hit there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four. You think you can play 4? Yeah, I can play there. 5 and 4. I'm going to keep that slotted. All right, so now I want to do that. I could just do it like that and kill the 6s and 5s. 3, 2. Play that way. 2, 1. Okay. So now I'm going to slow down even more. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 4s will be forced now. But now I can play that way. 6 and 1. Okay. 4 is forced. Okay. 4 is forced. 3 hits. 5, 2 hits. Okay. So could do this. It's probably an overplay. Okay. So that, do I just clear? Or do I do like this? Now 2s and 1s will be forced there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks a lot more flexible. Four. Oh, 4 is forced and the 3 is there. Okay. 2, 1. I guess I could stay back and not leave a second block. 3, 1's going to safety. Okay. 6, 1. And I guess I hit. 5, 3 didn't make it. 6, 4 hits another checker. Okay. So now that's forced. Okay, so 4, 3 is a good roll. Double 2 is a good roll. All right. And might leave a shot here. So, yeah. Do I want 2 on the bar? Why would I want 2 on the bar? I don't think so. Now 2, 1 leaves a shot. Six. 2, 1 is forced. All right. That third lot helped. Okay, so that was really good. 1. I don't want to hit. Just keeping that anchor will help save things. All right, so just safety the blot. Okay, 6, 2 is forced. Give them the chance to hit another one. Okay, so the 1 is forced. And the 6 will just hit another one. 5, 1, okay. Double 2 dances. 6, 3 hits. Okay. Double 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's completely forced. 6, 3 hits. Come in. 4, 3 is forced. This is like one of those hypergammon positions where you only have 3 checkers. 2, 1, so 1. Just stay back. 5, 3. You must play the larger number if you can only play 1. That's it. Ooh. So I can't play here because if I play the 6, I won't have a 5. Must be able to play. I must play all of my numbers if I'm able to, or the entire roll. Okay. All right. Double 5, 1. That's 2. That's forced. Okay. Double 2. That's a really good roll. That helped me a lot. Now I'm a favorite again. Now I can't get any more checkers, so I'm a favorite. I'm going to try to take multiple checkers off, trying to bring checkers to the 6 point. That was a little deep. Okay. leaving those blots. Okay, now better off being hit if I do roll a 6. Okay, so that's good. And that helped, but that's gin. Now I'll analyze it. So we'll go through all the moves. The viewers like it when I have the arrow, so I'll leave that on there. Okay, so with the 4-1, you make this play, and this is the same kind of play you make against the other splits like that. So I'll show you on this board here. Okay, so this is after a 5-1 split, but after a 4-1 split, you do the same thing here. You could split, but that just doesn't accomplish much. And the same with against the 2-1 split. But so this is the right play. What people often misplay is when there's like a 5-2 here, and then you roll a 3-2 on the second roll. A lot of people will do the same idea, but actually it's best to play like this: come down and hit. When you unstack, when you hit on the 3-point and you have an option to go further, it's usually better to just do this, especially on the second roll for sure. Okay. Then the 3-2. Again, once you've slotted the ace point, this is a liability. You make the ace point, that becomes an asset, although it does lack priming value because it's the ace point, and you have this big gap here. I call it the Grand Canyon structure. It does make a 2-point board, so there is a possibility, 4 times the likelihood that the opponent will dance. When you add an inner board point early in the game, that increases the likelihood that the opponent fails to come in or dances or flunks or does not come in. So when you have a 1-point board and there's one checker on the bar, only one number out of 36 does not come in. When you have a 2-point board with one checker on the bar, there are 4 numbers. That's 4 times the number of dancing rolls by increasing the number of inner board points by 1. That's the biggest increase when you add 1 additional inner board points in terms of percentages. When you go from a 2-point board to a 3-point board, it goes from 4 dancing numbers to 9 dancing numbers. That's 2.25 more. But this is 4 times more. That's the biggest difference. It's a big difference to have a 2-point board early in the game against a 1-point board, especially when there's a potential hitting exchange. Then the double 6 was good. Just come out and make the bar point. Then this double 6. Okay, so this one, I looked at bringing 3. I could have done this. What did I do? I could have done this. Brought 3, resulting in this position. It does look awkward. This is the final position after the top play, and this is the final position after the selected play. Okay, so after here, I have checkers on 3 points that'll help me do something productive, whereas here I only have 2. And yeah, I'm going to have many more good rolls. This also blocks the 5s. So if we look at the dice distribution here, this shows my equity after the top play. Here, again, we'll look at it. This is the resulting position after the top play, play A. This is play B, the selected play. This is the opponent's next rolls. This equity heat map shows what happens after the opponent rolls each of the 36 numbers. For example, double 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and so forth. Green is good for me, red is bad for me. The one on the upper right shows the exact same thing, but after play B. So you see there's more green here, especially after rolls like 2-1. So look at what happens here versus here. Okay, and then this is the difference. So this lower left table subtracts the value in one cell in the upper right from the corresponding one in the upper left. So this tells you the swings, and that's plotted here. So the 2-1 is played differently, and that's the biggest positive swing. So you can see that here. And So 9864. So we'll look at this. So let me put this on here. So after the top play, and now there's a 2-1. It's played like this, resulting in this position. And now I have a lot of opportunities to attack. Whereas after the other play, which was like this, so the original position was like this. I played 1 and 3 here. Do have a 3-point board, but again, after the 2-1, it's played the same way, resulting in this position. Now I have fewer attacking numbers. So that's the other thing, looking at my next rolls. So this shows my next rolls, and basically all my next rolls play really much better, like 5-1 and 4-1. Again, look at after the top play, 5-1 and 4-1 can pick and pass, whereas here they're not as good, especially 5-1. 4-1 can pick and pass, but it's not as good. And then we can see like 6-5 here, it's not good, but here at least I can bring 2 off from here. So that's what I do. Okay, let's look at it. Yeah, I guess that's it for that one. Okay. Then the 4-3 was good. And then I had a double and a take. Okay, so this is what you want to think about. So I do the same sort of dice distribution. So this is the position. And this is the partial market losing first roll. So these are all the first rolls that will lose my market. It's all of my next rolls. And it's a partial market losing first roll table because a market losing sequence is a sequence of 2 rolls, one by me, one, and then the next by the opponent, whereby it becomes a pass and it was a take before. This is only half of the sequence. That's why I call it partial. You see, 2-2, 3-3, and 3-2 are really good. So let's go back and look. 2-2 and 3-3 are really good. And 3-2 hits twice, those lose the market by a lot. And then 4-4 is good too, 5-5 is good too, and what else? 6-2 and 5-2. Okay, so this is how they're plotted here, and this is how they're played. The 2-2 hits, points on head, shifts and hits, okay, and 3-3 is going to hit, and 3-2 hits twice, 5-5 clears, okay? And then it's the second rolls that are really bad. So imagine he's hit now with 1s, 2s, 3s, and 6s. That's what all these are. 6-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1, 3-3, 3-2, 3-1, 2-2, 2-1, and 1-1. Those are big market losers. Okay, and then these are the market losing sequences, and this is a tool that I've developed, and I feel like this tool has helped me improve because it helps me start thinking about the upcoming rolls. The most common question I get with these tables is, how does this help you during the game? And the answer is, it does not help you during the game. It helps you after the game, because after the game is when you're supposed to study and you're supposed to learn. And when you learn from your mistakes, you learn not to do it the next time. And this is how I learn. I think about my next rolls and I think about the opponent's next rolls. And once you start getting into the habit of that, you start seeing things much better. So this is a busy slide. What this is all the market losing sequences of the next 1,296 possible 2-roll sequences. All my rolls are listed at the top from left to right, from 1-1 to 6-6 with an average at the bottom. And then the opponent's rolls, XG's rolls from 1-1 at the top to 6-6 at the bottom with an average on the right. The equity values are not displayed in here because they would be too small, but they can be. And the color coding in this diagram works as follows. If the resultant equity after the two-roll sequence is less than 1, that means it's not a market losing sequence. It's red, no matter how much less than 1. If the resultant equity after the two-roll sequence is 1 or greater, the color of the cell will be white to green. And the darker the green, the more you lose your market by. So you can see, like, the darkest greens are double 3 followed by double 1, 2, 1, or something like that. So we'll look at that here. Okay, here, let me go here and paste it into here. If that didn't work, there we go. So now let's say I've doubled, and now I roll a double 3. Okay, so it's played like this, resulting in this position. Okay, and then the opponent danced, and now I'm in this position. This is huge. Now my equity is 1.2. Okay, so now let's say I'm on roll in this position. Well, just show it here. It's a 1.5. And had the cube been in the middle, now it's a 1.4, too good. So I'm better off having doubled. Okay, so the next thing I look at is what could I have done to make it a no double or something different. So this is a double and a take. So let's move things around and see what happens here. Oh, sorry. Now it's a no double, just based on that. So stronger board, that made a difference. Okay, what if there's not a blot here? Now it's almost a double, but not quite a double. What if the race were closer? Still a double. What if the race were even closer? Like that. Let's start with that. Now it's a double. But what if it's like that? This makes it better for white. Now it's not as strong. Okay, so that tells you what are the features of the position that make it strong. And then you can also look at the dice distribution. So let's go back and do this. Again, look at it at different scores, because the score is going to affect things. This is the first game of a 5-point match, 5 away, 5 away. Let's look at it for money. This is the basic, and here it's a double and it's a take. Going back to the match, let's look at the 5 away scores. So now it's 5 away, 4 away, and it's a double. So here it's a 657 double, and now since you're trailing, it's a 731 double. You see 61% wins, 31% gammons, okay? It's a one-way gammonish position. So here's 5 away, 3 away. Now it's even stronger. 5 away, 2 away. Now look, it becomes almost a pass. All right, let's look at the 4-way score. So when you're at 4 away and the opponent's at 5 away, you can double more aggressively. See, now it's worth 863. Here it's 657. If you go to Cube Information, Control Alt K, and go to the gammon value. So look at the gammon value on a 2 cube at 5 away, 5 away. It's 655. But if you're now at 4 away, it's 814. So that means a gammon is more valuable because it wins you the match perfectly here. What about 4 away, 4 away? Still doesn't matter because you're going to win the match. And at 4 away, 3 away, now it's a pass. Yeah. And at 4 away, 2 away, may be too good. No, it's not too good. Okay. So what about the 3 away score? So now if you're leading at 3 away, 5 away, I think because of the gammons, still look at that. No double. Because the opponent owning the cube has a lot more to gain. And you can see that here. You can see that this is 3-away, 4-away. You go back to the 3-away, 5-away. You see the no double equity cubeful is 428. Cubeless is 873. So that's almost 450, 445 millipoints of equity. That's a lot. So even after you do the Gammon adjusted wins, that'll make up for it. So what about a 3-away, 3-away? 3-away, 3-away, now you have to double more aggressively, but it's still basically a take. At 3-away, 3-away, you double more aggressively and you take more cautiously. The reason for that is because getting from 3-away, 3-away to 3-away, 2-away, you can see this in the match equity table. You get from 50% to 60%, you gain 10%. But from getting from 2-away to 1-away, you gain 15%, going from 60% to 75%. The second point is more valuable than the first point. Okay, getting to the Crawford game is big. It gets you about 25% or 75% match winning chances. You don't want to allow the opponent to get there on a single game on a 2-cube. A doubled gammon is actually worth slightly less than for money, 0.497 on a 2-cube there. Because although it does win the match with perfect efficiency, actually it's not perfect efficiency. It does win the match. There is 1 point of overage, but at 4-away, look, it's almost 1. Okay. So these are things to learn. At 3-away, 2-away, now it's a pass. What about at the 2-away scores? You don't want to double at 2-away. You have to be really careful. See, it's not a double at 2-away, 5-away, 2-away, 4-away, because then it's an automatic redouble for the match, and you don't want to do that. There's just too many wins. Okay, the gammons you're going to kill your own gammons too. So that's a really good exercise to do with every doubling decision. All right, moving on. Now with the double 4, that was a good roll. I just clear. And then the 5-2, I had to leave a blot, so you just go there. With the 5-3, I had to play safe, bring this down. And then the double 2, this is the shifting play, resulting in this position. This is going to win a lot of gammons, you see? Anything else doesn't do that. So 33% gammons, 34% gammons, okay? All right. Then I had the 3-2, which was just a safe play, and then the 5-4 was a pick and pass, and the 5-1, which is come in, and then nothing special here. Got to the Crawford game, and then went to the second game. 6-1 is straightforward, and then as I said afterwards, when you make the bar point with an opening 6-1, usually most of the sixes come down here because it's a safe landing spot. You get an extra builder, and you don't have to do a major split to the 18 point where you're susceptible to multiple shots. Okay, then the 3-2, I could use these builders to make the 4 point, and the 5-1, you just hit an advance. Looks like slotting was second, but it wasn't that close. Okay, 4-3, I come in and hit, and the double 2 was a good roll. What did it say? This was close. But here you make the rack. This is really big. Okay, then with the 6-4, the 4 I hit, and then you want to make this bar point. If I make this bar point, that's really strong. When you have a 5' in front of the double anchor, it's really strong. Much stronger than the 4' because if you have 1 checker or 2 checkers or even 3 checkers at the edge of a 5', there's only a 6. So that's 11 numbers that can escape. But when it's a 4', it's 6s and 5s. That's 20 numbers, almost twice as many numbers that escape. So 5' is very strong here. So you want to slot it to make it. Then here it looks like it preferred not hitting, resulting in this, but that was close. Okay, then the double 5. Yeah, these 2 plays were close. And then here it liked 13-8, 13-9. You can never trust all of these 100% because XG on the ++ setting, it doesn't play these containment games and back games. very well, you'd have to do 4-ply huge rollouts. So the point is that if there's a small error, I don't make a big deal of it. So with the 5-4, I just brought 2 down. It's okay to leave that slotted because then I'll be recirculated and there's no board on the other side. However, let's look at a variant here. Let's say white had made a board. Now I probably have to be a little bit more careful. Still 15, 10, 13, 9. Now because of the timing, I guess. Okay, so what if it were like this? Yeah, now you have to play more safe. Okay. Then the double 1, just cleaning up. 3-2, bring 2 in. 2-1, I was able to clear. Double 5. Okay. So like this, resulting in this position. Okay. So I guess because there were all these blots, what if it were like this? No. Okay, so I'll look at the dice distribution here, and this is going to be a 2-roll dice distribution. So this is the resulting position after the selected play, and this is after the top play. So basically here, 6s and 5s and 4s are killed. So basically 3s, 2s, and 1s, I just play off from here. So if I roll like a 6-3, 6-2, 6-1, 5-3, 5-2, 5-1, 4-3, 4-2, 4-1, I'm gonna actually the 2s and 1s I can play safely here. So it's really 6-3, 5-3, and 4-3 that leave a shot. But here now the 4s are forced here. So with a 6-4, 5-4, 4-3, then I leave an inner blot. Okay, so that's okay. So this is the top play, this is the second play, and this is the 2-roll dice distribution. These are my next rolls. So this is the top play, and this is the second play. The 6-4 and the 5-4 and the 4-3 were the big swings here. So as I said, if I play here and then I roll a 6-4, I leave an inner blot here. However, here, if I roll like a 6-3, I leave a blot on the outside. This is much easier to clean up than an inner blot. Okay, so that's what I should have thought about. Okay. Then the 6-1 was good. I was able to bear one off and redistribute, and there was not much going on here. The 5-2 was forced. The 4-3 was forced. Then I got hit. I danced. Then there was a long sequence here where a lot of the moves were forced. What did I do here? Oh, it like this better. Again, I'll look at a 2-roll dice distribution. This is the resulting position after the top play, and this is after the selected play. So these are the next rolls. The differences are double 2 is the big one, 6-4. So let's see how 6-4 plays. Oh, 6-4 leaves a double shot here, whereas it doesn't here. Okay, so basically what you want to look at is the top, the highest point is 6s. It's blocked by 5s and 4s, so you want to have 5s and 4s to play. Here, there was 1 5 to play, but no 4. And here, there were 2 4s to play. Okay. So it's the 6-4, 5-2. Yep. You just have to think about every single number here. That's what you need to do in these positions. Okay, so the 4-3 was forced. Then a lot of this was pretty much forced. What was this? This is an error by XG. Yeah, that's what happens when you have 3 checkers left. It's called like a hypergammon position. And these are very long games. And that was it. So that was the match. It was an interesting match. It was only 2 games, but there were some interesting plays. That double 6, you kind of have to look at very carefully. um, and just like make sure you're looking at everything. What I do, as you've seen in the past, whenever I play a match, I go through it move by move, every single move, even if I got it right, I go through it quickly. If I got it right and I wasn't sure, I'll double check to make sure I got it right for the right reason. And then what I'll do is I'll modify the position to see what changes make the right play wrong or the wrong play right, and so forth. And that will teach me how why the play is correct or incorrect, because of course the computer doesn't tell you that. And the same thing with the dice distribution. Again, you don't have that when you're playing, but when you start analyzing your matches and looking at these things, it helps you think about that while you're playing the match the next time. So you start thinking about the opponent's next rolls. You start thinking about your next rolls. And once you do that, you play like the computer, because that's exactly what the computer does. Thinks about the next sequence and the following sequence and so forth. So that's the 2-ply, 3-ply, 4-ply, and so forth. Same idea in chess. In backgammon, there are 21 unique possible rolls. So you think about the upcoming 21 possibilities and then your 21 after that. So it's not really 36 by 36. It's 21 by 21 for 441 unique ones, but that's still a lot. You just have to think about them slowly. And once you get the hang of it, you get much faster. Also, for doubling decisions, I always make a habit of looking at what happens when you change the score, because that will teach you a lot about how to play a match. There are sometimes you want to be more aggressive, sometimes you want to be more cautious. Think about what score you will get to if you take and win, or if you pass, or if you take and lose, you take and win a gammon, if you lose a gammon, and so forth. See what score you will get to and what your opponent will get to. You want to get to valuable scores. The most valuable score, of course, is 0 away, winning the match perfectly. If it's a 5-point match and you get 6 points, that's inefficient. So that's wasteful. Also, anytime you get to 1 away Crawford game, that's valuable. And when you get to the 2 away score and the 4 away score, those are valuable, because at 2 away, an undoubled gammon wins the match perfectly, or a single game on a 2 cube wins the match with perfect efficiency. When you're in gammonish positions at 4 away, you want to be more aggressive, because the double gammon wins you the match perfectly, even when you're leading at 4 away, 5 away. 4 away, 5 away is the only score in a 5-point match where the leader can double more aggressively than the trailer, especially in gammonish positions, especially if they're one-way gammonish positions. You're winning way more gammons than the opponent. Even if it's a non-gammonish position, it's good, because you can get from 4 away to 2 away. And when you're at 5 away, you have to be a little bit more cautious, because you don't want your opponent to get to 2 away. You getting to 3 away is not much more valuable than getting to 4 away. So you have to think about this odd even effect. That's how I analyze my matches. That's how I study, and that's how I learn, and that's what I recommend to others. So that was a 5-point match against XG. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, so I can work on that. I appreciate your super thanks. These small donations help me continue to create the high-quality content that you enjoy. And with a membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description for where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.